What's up, guys? This is Big Dru, and this is Titan Lifestyle. Every Friday at 2 p.m., I do this show for you guys. I do Q&A. I talk about Titan events, therapy of the week, and also crazy topics that I pick out. Random topics, whether it's from the news, it could be health-related, fitness-related, business, local. Some of them are just comedy as well. So another great show today. First off, I want to start out and say happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. We're doing a Memorial Day special. Male blood work is only $130 right now, so full panel blood work as well. A lot of times people say they can get it for this price at this location and blah, blah, blah. And they say they do a full panel, but ours is a real full panel. If you want to know what the full panel is, just call in. The medical provider can tell you exactly each test we do. But it is a full panel, and it's only $130 for males, and for females, only $200. I've had a lot of people say, why is the female more? It's nothing specific to, all it has to do is that females need more testing done. They need more done with their blood and more type of testing, so more testing will cost a little bit more, but usually male blood work is going to be a little bit less expensive than females, and depending where you go. I do caution you guys, if you were to go someplace else and get your blood work done, if they only have one set price or fee, and it's the same for male and female, that's a little bit suspect to me, because female blood work is going to require more testing. So if they're providing them both for the same price, they're either overcharging for the males or they're just not doing the test that they should be. But here at Titan Medical, we do a full panel for males and females, and again, it's $130, which is for males. That sale price, you're going to be saving about $70, and for the female price, you're going to be saving almost $100. So jump on this sale. It's good right now for Memorial Day. And again, you can just call 727-389-3220. Our medical providers can take care of you over the phone. You can either come in-house. We do blood work now in-house. So you can come in here and get your blood work done, check out the office, or if you're out of state, out of town, or you just can't make it down here, you could always call the line. They can set everything up. And what we'll do is we'll refer you to a place closest to your location to get your blood work done, and we'll get the ticket for that as well. So you'll still take advantage. You'll still get the $130, even if you get your blood work done out of house because you're going through Titan. So jump on that deal, guys. Now's the best time to get your blood work done. You're going to save some money. I've had people in the past also say that I'm not ready to get my blood work done because I'm not sure if I want to use your therapies or start HRT or medical weight loss. I highly recommend to get your blood work done, even if you aren't going to get anything from Titan at all. You want to know what's going on in your body. You want to know, you don't just want to go off of how you feel. You don't want to use Dr. Google and Google search and try to figure out, if I have a headache, what does that mean? If my eyes are blurry, what does that mean? You want to make sure everything is on point. So even if you don't want to use Titan stuff, even if you have no desire to take any therapies or anything like that, it's always good to get your blood work done. It's basically like a diagnostics test that you do for your car. So if you guys go to a place and they hook your car up to the wire and they tell you everything that's going on wrong with the car, the blood work pretty much tells us what's going wrong, if there is anything going on with your body. So always want to get your blood work done. The older you are, the more important it is too. So I hear younger guys in their 20s, I don't need it yet because I'm not older. Depending on what you're doing with your body, you want to make sure your blood levels are correct anyways. But guys, ladies, 35 and up, 40 and up, 45 and up, very important to get your blood work done, because again, our bodies have been going through a lot of stuff over the whole course of 30, 40 years that could build up, and if you don't take care of it, it could be detrimental to your health. So blood work is very important. Jump on that sale. And again, we service all 50 states except for Idaho. But if you're in Idaho and you know someone in the neighboring state, we can use that address. That's perfectly fine. We could do that too. All right, let's see who we got on. We got anybody on here? Okay, we got Mortgage Captain. We got Luna Lukli. There's a lot of people out here. Muhammad Bain, Vicky Fitness, all these names. Sahabaha, I don't know what that is. DG Mika. These names are hard, guys. Steb Patterson, that's an easy one. I like that one. Let's see what else we got. Any questions, guys? We're gonna do Q&A throughout the whole course of the show. So if you said we need a bigger lens for you. Need a bigger lens, I appreciate it, man. I'm trying over here. Pig nose. Orlando. Kenny Rice. Any questions, guys? When I say Q&A, guys, that means throughout the whole show. So if you guys could only tune in for a little bit and you don't have time, you got a question, shoot me questions anytime throughout the show. I have a big monitor in front of me so I can see all your questions. So even if I'm in the course of going over events or topics or therapy of the week, I can still see your questions, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Jock NWA say, what blood tests outside of the regular physical? We're going to test for pretty much everything. We're going to test your estrogen. We're going to test your hemoglobin. We're going to test your good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, free test, everything. So, I mean, it's more than just a physical. A regular physical, sometimes they're not even doing any type of blood work. They're just taking your vitals and they're just, asking certain things. But we're going to go over cholesterol, good and bad. Hemoglobin, very important. You don't want to have thick blood. Is your estrogen too high, whether you're a male or a female? Is your testosterone too high, whether you're a male or a female? A lot of times people say females don't have any testosterone at all. They do. They just don't have as much as we have. So if they have to get their blood work done and something comes back where we need to regulate their hormones, that's very important too. Getting my first shipment today. Nice. Yeah, what'd you order, Steph? We got Steph Patterson on here. Said he's getting his first shipment today. Interested to see what he's getting. What are you getting, and why did you get what you're getting? Andrew I. Maloney Jr. says, I'm on TRT now. What peptides would you recommend to add to my TRT for muscle growth and increased fat loss? Very good question. A lot of guys or girls are on TRT. He's asking what type of peptides or therapies he could add to his TRT for muscle growth and increased fat loss. Two that I would recommend would be MK677. That's going to make you get big and get strong fast. It's going to release your natural growth hormone, and it's going to spike your IGF levels too. So anytime your IGF levels are going up, you're going to have lean muscle tissue. The only thing with MK677, again, is like I've said before, control your eating because it will make you really hungry. But as long as your diet's on point, MK677 will be great for the muscle growth and muscle gain. Now, for the fat lost, I would say ECA plus with the MK. Now, a lot of times people are saying, wait a minute, I'm going two different avenues. I'm taking something that's going to get me big, and I'm taking something that's going to get me cut. But again, if your diet is on point, the ephedrine and the caffeine and the aspirin, B12 and chromium that's in the B12 will help with your fat loss, and the MK677 is going to increase your IGF and give you the muscle growth. So you're going to get the muscle growth and the fat loss at the same time. Now, what's good about these two products are good and bad. The good news is that they both come in oral form. So if you guys are afraid of injections, you don't want to take needles, or you think that's unsafe, even though it's a lot safer, those two are only available in capsules. So basically, first thing in the morning, you just take 2 caps, 1 capsule MK, 1 capsule ECA before you work out or before you go to work or whatever. Or you could do that same thing later on in the day. So again, MK677 and ECA Plus would be 2 things that I would add to TRT for muscle growth and increased fat loss. Now, to go even farther, there are other things like semaglutide, AOD 9604, but if you're just starting out with TRT, those would be the best things you could do. See what else we got on here. Shout out to Q3G, Lika Tuaga, Joseph Keenan, Colt David, Logan 1249, Blue Scoobaroo, Alexander, Steve Patterson. Steve said he's getting CJC 1295 Titan Complete. You're going to love the Hercules Potion. You are going to love Hercules Potion. Now, that's a perfect stack right there. That's actually what I have right now. I'm not doing the CJC right now, but Titan Complete, Hercules Potion, and ECA Plus, I've been taking that since I got with Titan years and years ago. So you're going to love that. If I could ask Steph, what is you, or Steve, looks like Steve or Steph Patterson, if I could ask, why are you taking the CJC 1295? Is it like something you want to repair ligament-wise? So I'm just asking, what is that, and what are you using it for? The only reason I'm asking that, too, is because if you're using CJC 1295, a lot of times people use that for what it's not supposed to do. We have other therapies that will work better for what they're using it for. So I always like to know not only what people are getting, but why they get it. If I hear someone say, I want to gain weight and get stronger, so I started taking AOD 9604, I want to know that, because I'm going to tell you that that's the last thing you want to take, because that's actually going to make you lose weight. So why are you guys getting this, and what are you using it for? The champ. Do you also do special tests after supplements or peptides to avoid toxicity? You'd have to ask exactly what special tests you're talking about to avoid toxicity. Avoiding toxicity is going to come from getting your full panel blood work. If you get a full panel blood work and your hemoglobin high, your HDL's high, your cholesterol's high, everything's high, or everything could be also too low, that's what's gonna help us regulate your levels to avoid the toxicity. So a full panel blood test would be the first thing you can do. You don't want to just take more and more of something to combat whatever negative side effects you do have. So in other words, if you have high blood pressure and you have a headache, you don't just want to keep taking Tylenol all day long. You want to fix the problem rather than numb it. So the blood test is what's going to determine why it's toxic and how we could clear that up.
And it'll tell you what's going on.
If you have any type of liver or kidney problems, anything like that, I mean, that's very important. The older you get, depending on whether you drink, don't drink, have taken over the counter, under the counter, doesn't matter. Certain people have it, certain people don't. But the only way to know is to get that blood work done.
All right, I think we can go into the first topic now.
Yeah, let's get into the first topic. First topic, doctor talks about AI tech for distributing pain medicines more effectively. Now, we're getting into the AI, we're getting into all this, people losing their jobs to robots and this and that. Every week, I'm always talking about something that has to do with tech or something that has to do with, co-ed bathrooms or something like that. So every week, it just seems crazy. But this new thing now is, it's going to be an AI for pain medication. Now, again, what I just spoke of about the CJC, if you guys are having pain, you want to fix before I get into this topic, you want to fix what's causing the pain, not just numb it, first of all. So when I go on into this topic, I don't want you guys thinking, oh yeah, when this comes out, I'll just keep on lifting heavy and grind my elbows and take this to numb the pain. Now, here at Titan, we have CJC, TB500, stuff that can actually repair the connective tissue first. So again, I'm not big on pain management. I'm good on fixing the problem, but again, this is a good topic because everything's getting technical. Now, with this AI tech for distributing pain, basically what happens is it's basically like a skin patch that you would wear, almost like a nicotine patch for anybody who's tried to quit smoking. It's a skin patch, and what that does is it has a sensor on the skin patch that monitors your blood levels. And it continuously monitors your blood and detects any appropriate amount of certain medication in your blood. So in other words, once the medication starts to wear off, that patch is going to be able to determine through your blood, through continuously sampling and reading your blood, it's going to know if it's dropping in your blood, then it needs to release the medication. So basically the medication is going to be released through the patch when the patch determines when it's need to. Now, the good thing about this is for people that use pain medication illegally, or they use it to quote unquote get high or because they're addicted, what's good about this is they're not going to be able to misuse it. Once that patch is on, if it doesn't show in your blood that you need it, it's not going to go. It's not going to release. So that's a good thing. A bad thing is what if it misreads your blood and gives you too much? And then on top of that, if this is something that is opiate derived, is it going to be addictive? Are people going to have these patches all day long? And is it going to be, instead of the quote unquote opiate junkies that are typically walking around looking for pills, they're going to be walking around with a patch on. So I mean, or how hard is it to get the patch? But it's just crazy. Like it's taking the thinking out of it, where you won't have to think. You could basically just put it on and deal with your pain all day long. But again, if you have pain, if it's joint pain, if it's ligament damage, if it's back pain, fix the problem. I mean, we have plenty of things here at Titan that can fix that. It's not going to be an instant pain reliever like a pain medication would be. But if you have elbow pain, anything like that, rather than taking pain pills, rather than getting a patch or this and that, fix the problem, because once the problem's fixed, then you don't have to take the medication anymore. If you guys get addicted, or even if it's something as small as ibuprofen, if you're taking that every single day before you work out, it's not fixing anything. So you want to be able to fix the problem. Now with this, if they can do this with pain, I'm assuming they're going to do it with other medications as well. So whether it's pain, whether it's, it could be any medication, it's going to be, I think it's going to get to the point where you go to the doctor and they ask what's wrong with you, whatever you have. Instead of getting a prescription, going to the doctor, they're going to say, here's your patch. And then all you got to do is wear the patch. You don't have to take it every 4 hours. You don't have to think you don't have to lose it. You don't have to travel with your medication. Once that patch is on, you're pretty much good to go. But again, I'd rather take it myself because I don't want to. I like to having control of the medication I'm taking. So, would you guys be interested in this if it came out? Was it something that you use, whether it's for pain or whether it's just for general medication? I looked at even to farther if it's an older patient or someone that has dementia or that doesn't have any memory, or it'd be good for something like that to take, especially if they live alone or they're not attended to, because they may forget to take their medication. They may think it's 7 in the morning when it's really 7 at night. So older people, I think it would work, or people that have memory loss. So it has its good and bad. But again, I mean, they're literally controlling your money. They're controlling your medication. They're controlling everything. So you got to be careful with that. Some comments. Let's see what we got. Okay. Jack Wah says, so if I take GHKCU peptide, can I get tests for copper levels and zinc levels? First of all, I'm not exactly what GHKCU peptide is. The GH looks like it's a growth hormone derivative, but you'd have to explain to me what that GHKCU is peptide. And it says
they'll be able to test for copper and zinc levels. I'm sure there's tests for that.
Yeah, there's definitely levels for copper and zinc, but I'm interested to know what that GHKCU is. It another name for it, or is that just what it says on the bottle? Or let's see, it looks like
human copper binding was a small blah blah. It's a regenerative protective peptide.
It says it stimulates both synthesis and breakdown of collagen. It stimulates collagen, dermatin sulfate, chronogen sulfate, and the small protein. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not too familiar with that. And once again, I'm not going to answer a question I'm not too familiar with. I'd rather not give you information than give you the wrong information. But yeah, we could pretty much test for everything. Just call the office, 727-389-3220, and just ask them. Just be like, can you test for this? Can you test for that? What is a full blood panel? And then, we can take it from there. Steb Patterson says lean muscle mass, anti-aging component, etc. Yeah, CJC is great for anti-aging.
This guy's asking.
Andrew said, what about CJC 1295 with ipamorelin for muscle building and fat loss? Yes, that works good for muscle building and fat loss. There's other stuff that we have that will work as well for muscle building and fat loss. Like I told, I believe it was Steve Patterson, you could take some ECA Plus and MK677 for building and fat loss. If you can control your appetite, those work real good as well. Any other questions on here? Here we go. Looking to switch to MK677 for more muscle growth. Yeah, you're going to love it. If you guys have a fast metabolism, like if you guys are the typical person that can eat a lot and not gain weight, or maybe eat fast food or junk food and not really see a difference, MK677 is going to work great for you. If you guys are very touchy to what you eat, if you have any type of carbs or any type of sugar, lactose, if you gain weight quickly like that, MK677 is going to work the same way, but you need to control your appetite. It's going to make you really, really hungry, and you're going to eat, and then you're going to be hungry again in like 30 or 40 minutes. You need to make sure you control your appetite. Just don't keep bad food in your house. And if you got a wife and kids, they may have stuff. Just suck it up, look in the mirror, and it's not worth it. So MK677, for everything that Titan has, I would say it puts on more muscle and more quality weight more than anything that Titan has, including HRT. Because again, HRT is only going to be a maximum of like 200 milligrams of testosterone a week. So if you guys are like, oh yeah, testosterone will gain, I'll get way bigger and stronger off of testosterone. Yeah, because you're misdiagnosing it. If you're only taking the dose you're supposed to take, it's going to keep your blood level stable. If you're only taking the dose you're supposed to take of MK677, you're going to be eating, you're going to be lifting, and you're going to be gaining.
Keep lifting, don't stop.
Yeah, just keep on lifting, keep on eating, keep it clean, up your water, up your rest, just pound the water. Again, too, Stev, you say you just got the MK677. Last thing I'll say is it does make certain people drowsy only for the first couple weeks. If it makes you drowsy and it's making it too hard to control your eating, just take it at night before you go to bed. That way it'll help you sleep. And again, if you're hungry while you're sleeping, you're not going to be, eating in the middle of your sleep. So it helps as well too with that.
All right.
Wendo, Amanda Nooks just joined. Shout out to Amanda, Billy Tibbetts, Jimmy Doss, Mohammed, 7C8Z6. There's a lot. That's a lot of like. It looks like a password. It's so hard to say.
AI watching over here.
Yeah, right. Casino Joe. Any other questions? See if I can get any other questions. I like to get everybody's. Is everybody for now? Okay. Let's jump into the next topics. Fitness world bows down to $120 million worth actor Christian Bale life-risking transformation for a movie. Now, if you guys don't know who Christian Bale is, he played Batman. He's known to pretty much go hardcore when he gets ready for his movies. And what I mean by that, if he's going to be a junkie in a movie, he acts like a junkie pretty much all the time. Like Art was telling me before this happened, it's not just him losing the weight. Even if when he leaves the studios, throughout his day, he's still in role, which is, I think it's a great thing to do. I mean, you're like literally just trying to play the role so much. This guy weighed 180, almost 180 pounds and went all the way down to 110 pounds. You could see his ribs. He looked like a real strung out junkie for the role. This is for the role of the, I believe it was the machinist he did this for. But yeah, and it says to go that hardcore. I know Will Smith went hardcore for Ali. I know he gained like 20 or 30 pounds of muscle. I know Jamie Foxx went hardcore when he did Ray, where he would literally be in character all day long and studied him. But I've never seen a physical transformation this drastic, where he would literally, he said he wanted to get down to 100 pounds. And we're talking, this isn't like a short guy. This is like an average height guy, weighing 100 pounds. He wanted to get down to 100, but they said it wasn't healthy. It's too dangerous. So he got down to 110 from, I believe, 176. So you can see his ribs and all that stuff. What's crazy is it said that to get to that weight, all he ate was 1 apple and 1 can of tuna. That's all he ate throughout the day. So pretty much, I'm assuming he'd wake up, have an apple in the morning, and then maybe later on in the afternoon, he would have a can of tuna. And then I said he would have black coffee. He would also work out for several hours every day. So if you're working out for several hours every single day and only eating an apple and tuna, yeah, you'll lose weight. I'm sure he lost a lot of muscle too, but he looked the part. And I mean, it's just, a lot of times we see these movies and we're not really, we think the actors or the actresses just show up, and as soon as they get there, they throw them in a uniform and say, go. They put in time. They have to learn their lines. They have to, acting, it takes a lot. People say they want to be an actor, but you have to remember everything. You have to stay in character. You have to lose weight, gain weight. It's crazy. And they said after he did this, after he lost 63 pounds from 173, which 173 is already lean and already small. That's already like, you're already on the border of being too light at that weight. So he dropped even lower to 110. And then after that, he had to bulk back up, so he literally just bulked back up and put on more weight. So to be able to lose weight and gain weight and go back and forth, more power to you. Obviously, when you're $120 million worth actor, it's a little bit easier. If someone told me they'll give me $50 million, hey, everyone says I look like Kimbo. Let's do a Kimbo reenactment movie where I'll play Kimbo. They can give me $10 million, I'll lose whatever type of weight they want to make me lose. So it's a little bit easier as opposed to a guy that wants to lose weight for the summertime and they're writing you a check for $120 million. I think I would go hard for $120 million too. So you guys can call me Little Dru all you want for $120 million. That's what it is. But yeah, crazy stuff that these actors and actresses do. If you guys hear any stories about actors or actresses gaining a whole bunch of weight or losing weight, let me know. I know there's been a lot of famous actresses and actors that were normally known as being obese that are now not obese anymore. I don't know if it's from the semaglutide or what's going on, but a lot of people with the semaglutide, we have it here as Aries. So if you guys call in, just ask for Aries or semaglutide. A lot of people are like, if you have the money, there's really no excuse anymore. You can get your own chef. You can get your own meals prepared. You can, pay for your semaglutide. You could pay for all your perfect nutrition and blah, blah, blah. So there's really no excuse. It's just crazy. He lost a lot of weight and gained a whole bunch of weight. So I got more respect for this guy now. I'll probably watch one of his movies. I got a couple hours free today, so I'll probably watch one of his movies just because I'm kind of in that zone right now. But the stuff people do for these movies is not just about showing up. They're actually putting in the work physically too. So see what else we got. Any more people on right now before I get to these events?
Got some good questions.
See if we got any going questions. Is there a time frame or any issue going from CJC to MK? No time frame at all. You could take those both together. They're both going to raise your IGF levels considerably. If you take both of them at the same time, I'd probably recommend getting your blood work done a month or 2 months after, just to make sure if you can. But yeah, I've taken those both at the same time before without any problems at all. Sarah just joined. Shout out to Sarah. Just got my shipping confirmation without blood work. I never would have known I had high estriol. Yeah, estriol. I put in work and have barely seen results, and it makes sense why. Perfect, Jimmy. I love to see that. It's good that you got your shipping confirmation. I know you're excited about getting that. But yeah, just like what I said, when you guys get your blood work done, it's like, especially as men, men, we don't want to go to the doctor. We could break our neck. We could cough for 5 weeks straight. We could be fever. We don't want to go to the doctor. We deal with it. Women are a lot smarter than us when it comes to that. Women will have a slight headache and they'll go to the emergency room. So it's a little bit different. So it's good as men that we're taking care of ourselves, getting our blood work done. And just like Jimmy says, he said he'd never known his had high estradiol. I hate saying that word. Estradiol. But it's good that he knows now. And the thing too is, once you know, now you don't have to be paranoid. And a lot of times guys will have high blood pressure, or they'll think they have high blood pressure because they have migraines. Once they get their blood work done, it says their blood pressure is good, the headache goes away. And the reason why the headache went away is because they were having so much anxiety thinking there's something wrong with me, that once they found out nothing was wrong with them, now it's like, okay, if I have a headache, it'll go away. It's no problem. So there's no better feeling than knowing what's going on with your body, especially, as men, we have issues and deal with stuff for years before we figure out what's going on. So
and you put in the work too,
Yeah. So definitely shout out to Jimmy for getting his blood work done, and hopefully everything works out for you. And now that you got your blood work done, what therapies, if any, are you going to get, and why? I always like to know when people are getting new patients or people that are waiting for their packages in the mail, what therapies are you getting and why are you getting them?
You got to be doing TRT because the estradiol.
Yep.
So he's already getting something shipped. You got to do the HRT now.
Yeah, I'm assuming you got HRT. Again, I'm not a doctor. This is just random. I'm not saying this for everybody, but if you have HRT, if you're doing HRT and have estradiol, then I'm assuming you might have any type of anti-estrogen in there as well. But again, everybody's different. There's people that come in, they get their blood work done, and they don't get anti-estrogens. Or there's other people that get, they may have one every day or maybe half every other day. So everyone's different. But shout out to Jimmy for making it work.
Give us that update. Come back in a month.
Yeah.
Tell us how you feeling.
Yeah, tell me how you're feeling. Tell your estradiol, all that. Does low dose, this is from Salsa Timberjack. I like the name. This is from, does low dose nandrolone put in water weight? Yes, it does. If you guys aren't familiar with nandrolone is a steroid, also known as Deca or Decadurabolin. It does put on water weight. We don't prescribe it here at Titan. It's not something that I would recommend taking. Even if your doctor does recommend you to take it, I would ask why. If they're giving you nandrolone because they want to lubricate your joints, we have stuff that will fix those joints rather than lubricate them. So what nandrolone or Deca does, yes, it does put water weight on. So a lot of guys, they want to get bigger, they'll start taking this illegally, which I don't recommend. They'll gain weight and they'll step on the scale and be like, yeah, I gained 20 pounds. Yeah, it's just a film of water all over your body. So you're not looking any better. You're just changing the scale. And your joints feel a lot better because you're just lubricating your body. So what means is, as soon as you stop taking that and that water comes out of your body, now your elbows and everything's going to be hurting. On top of that, nandrolone, also known as Deca, is notorious for skyrocketing your progesterone levels. Now, it doesn't aromatize, so it's not going to be, it doesn't aromatize, so it's not going to raise your estrogen, but what happens is it's going to raise your progesterone, your prolactin levels. In other words, if you take too much nandrolone or Deca, you can literally lactate out of your nipples because your prolactin gets too high. Now, what happens when your prolactin gets too high? Now you have libido issues where you can't get an erection, or you never have a libido. And another bad thing about nandrolone too is it can stay in your system for 6 months up to a year. There was a high school football player that injured himself, went to the doctor. They gave him a shot to deal with the pain. He didn't know it was Deca or Nandrolone. A year later, he goes take a test, a urine test for NCAAs. He fails it, not going to school, not getting the free scholarship off of that. So I never recommend taking Nandrolone. Every time I've heard of someone taking it, it's always because my elbow or this and that. So take something better. And again, you may fix your elbow putting a whole bunch of water in there, but now you have libido issues and it's a mess. And it doesn't go away. I know guys that have taken Nandrolone and they stop because they have issues and it lingers in their body for months after. So it takes 2, 3, 4 months to recover, even with proper post-psychotherapy. So I don't recommend Nandrolone. I recommend stuff we have here at Titan. Again, we don't prescribe it here at Titan, so don't call and say I need Nandrolone. It is not going to work. Get your blood work done, and we'll take it from there. A lot of people on. A lot of people. I need questions, guys. A lot of people on here. Let's see. We got anybody new? See if I Ambition Frankie, Zudi, Matthew. That's it for now. Let's go to Titan events. Guys, we got some upcoming Titan events. The Tampa Pro. This year, we are the official sponsor of the Tampa Pro. So we're not just going to be there. We are the official sponsor. You see Titan across the stage. We'll be there handing out trophies. And yes, we are going to do free B12 shots again this year. So last year, everyone wanted their free B12 shots. So if you guys are interested to see how an injection feels, if you guys are too nervous about your injections, I don't know. We will have medical providers and RNs and nurses there to give you guys the shot. So, and it's completely free. We're not asking you to sign up for anything. All you have to do is just fill out your name and all that, a little waiver, and then you get your free B12 shot. Or we might have other amino shots there as well. So that's the Tampa Pro. That's going to be August 3rd to August 5th. It's at the Grand Hyatt Bayport. Every year they have a great show there. Tim Gardner, shout out to Tim Gardner. He's the one of the best promoters in the whole country, and almost the world. He's all over the place. But shout out to Tim Gardner. It's going to be a great event. Come check me out. Come check out the girls. John Charisse will be there. We're going to have t-shirts. We're going to have some new articles of Titan clothing. So if you guys want to check out the new clothing, come by the booth. All you got to do is hit the iPad and give us your email, and you get a free t-shirt. All you got to do is fill out the waiver, and you get a free B12 or free amino shot. So come on by. Again, that's August 3rd to the 5th. And it's at the Grand Hyatt Bayport. There's like a million Hyatts. Grand Hyatt Bayport in Tampa. It's out near the airport, so if you guys are flying in, it's like a 5-minute ride from the airport, so it's close.
Let's go to Instagram real quick.
Let's go to Instagram, see what we got on here. Jimmy Doss says, I am starting with testosterone in 2 doses to bring my levels up while taking an anti-estrogen blocker. I have lost 160 pounds. Shout out to 160 pounds. You lost a grown man. That's good. I've lost 160 pounds and hit a wall and hope to get back on track while gaining muscle. Shout out to 160. That's a lot of weight to lose. A lot of weight. It says that he's starting HRT, 2 doses, bring up the levels. We'll take an estrogen blocker. Yeah, like what I said before, I would assume that they would give you an estrogen blocker if your estrogen's high. That's what it does. And again, he's doing 2 doses. He's doing 2 doses a week, which is a standard dose. Usually when we do HRT here on the bottle, or your medical provider is going to say, take 1 on Monday and then take 1 on Thursday. There's only an odd amount of days in the week, so it has to be split that way. But every couple of days you take it, break up your doses, and again, estrogen blocker is perfect. Just make sure you guys are taking your estrogen blocker as soon as you start your HRT, if it's recommended by your provider. A lot of times people get TRT. Oh yeah, my estrogen doesn't feel bad because they judge estrogen off of emotion or nipple sensitivity, so they're like, oh, I don't feel anything. Take it as prescribed. So don't wait for your engine light to come on and fix the problem. Keep oil in the car. So take it as prescribed. And also Jimmy Doss. Also, let me know how you're doing with everything. 160 pounds. That right. I love stuff like that. So I want to see how you're doing. I want to see how you're looking. I want to see how you're feeling. So keep me up to date. If you're not following me, you can always ask Titan any questions about me as well. YG Lee says 30 more days and he'll be a part of the team. Perfect. 1 month. That's good. I know. Yeah, he's pretty much been part of the team. He's on every week. I see him on the monitor asking questions every week. Shout out to YG Lee. But he's going to be officially part of the team in 30 days. So next month it's on. Next month is on. Welcome to the team early. I Am Mulch Machine. Oh, I haven't seen him in a while. Nuclear Head.
Let's go back to events.
Yeah, we'll go back to events. Again, Tampa Pro, that's August 5th. August 3rd to the 5th. After that, we have St. Pete Fashion Week. That's September 15th to 16th. You guys know for St. Pete Fashion Week, I'll be walking the runway, modeling some of the Titan wear, some of the Titan formal wear and athletic wear. The ladies will be up there. We have our known Titan models, and we also have other models that we fly in specifically for this event. So it's a fashion week. You can watch us rip the one runway. There's going to be music. There's going to be food. There's going to be other vendors and sponsors there too. If you guys want tickets, you can go to the website, St. Pete Art and Fashion Week. Click on the event tickets and get tickets. We'll have a booth set up. We'll have a couple girls over there at the booth, so you could check us out watching the runway. There'll be other fashion people there too, so it's not just all Titan. There'll be other people there too, so if you want to come out with your wife, come out with your husband, whatever, watch the show, have a couple drinks. You know, it's a good time. And again, that's going to be September 15th and 16th. And it's the 13th annual Festivals of the Arts, too. So this has been going on for a while. So each year it's getting bigger and better, and they have better things going on. So after that, Hurricane Pro, that's going to be October 21st. I guess in St. Pete, locations to be determined. That's another Tim Gardner show, so it's always going to be a good show. That's a national qualifier, so anybody out there is trying to get qualified to go to nationals or to go to a national show and get their pro card, you can do that show as well. That's October 21st. Actually, it's October 21st, 2003. After that, we have Festivals of Speed. Actually, no, wait. Whoa. I almost forgot the Olympia. The Olympia is back in Orlando. I'm very excited about that. It's only an hour away. It's officially Orlando now, so it's going to be a real expo, big, huge venue. Come by the booth. We're going to have new Titan shirts. We're going to have specialty Olympia Titan shirts, hopefully made up by then. It's going to be a great time. That is November 2nd through the 5th. It's in Orlando, and then we're going to stay right in Orlando on that Sunday, which is also the 5th, is Festivals of Speed. So it's going to be a very busy weekend in Orlando. We have the Olympia and Festivals of Speed. Festivals of Speed is a great car show. What's good about this is the Olympia and the Festivals of Speed is literally in the same area. So everybody who's coming in town for the Olympia, that Sunday when they're like, okay, the Olympia is, what else is there to do? You could leave for a couple hours, go check out the car show. It's right down the street. We're going to be McLarens, Bugattis, Lamborghinis, Hellcats, all kinds of cars. We got a new fleet, too, of Titan cars, so that's going to be out there. And then you can go back and forth to the Olympia. It's a great time out there. So that's going to be the 15th of November, and I can't wait for that. That's going to be actually November 2nd to the 5th in November. I can't wait for that. Now, after that, then we have Festivals of Speed, which is the 5th, same way, and then Cars and Couture. More cars, more models, more outdoor fun, so more fleet. So if you guys didn't see the picture I put on the story a few weeks back of the new Z06, that's going to be crazy once that gets wrapped up with the other ones too. So that's Saturday, November 18th from 6 to 10 p.m. Cars and Couture. And again, I will give you an exact location once I find that out, but as of right now, it's to be determined. But I'm assuming it might be in St. Pete. It's been in St. Pete before, but again, I'll give you an exact location as soon as I know. And again, that is going to be November 18th. That's pretty much it for events right now. Again, I'm going to add more events. If we do add more events, I'll guys let you know week to week. If you hear of an event, you don't know if Titan's sponsor, you could always call and ask, are you guys sponsoring this? Or you could just check out the website. All of our events are on the website, so you see the schedule. Or you could watch this show or listen to the podcast. If you forget the dates, you could always watch this show again. You can listen to the podcast. I've done 170 or 180 shows. You can listen to all of them whenever you want to. Also, make sure you guys hit the bell on YouTube so you're notified when I do videos like this. Again, I do these every week. John does Titan Talk on Tuesdays, so it's always something to watch here at Titan. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'll be back next week. Get your questions ready, and next week I'll be ready to answer plenty of questions, more events, and more crazy topics. Titan Lifestyle every Friday at 2 p.m.